Who are those they claim that are the Igbo Union or Igbo community? These are people that doesn't have profile. There is no single profile. Nothing. There is nothing to write home about. So onye are there assign no. I say because I say now to Vanguard. Vanguard because Vanguard is looking for anybody. Just if you want to be noticed today in Nigeria, call yourself one thing. You can give yourself even Igbozurume. When we're doing Igbozurume, take one name now. Just write Samonekpa. You drag Samonekpa to Washington. You drag Samonekpa. Bam. It may appear. If you want to advertise your organization, and you have been trying and nobody is listening to you. If you want your organization to be published on Nigerian newspaper, write that Simon Ekpa, that you are taking Simon Ekpa to the highest court in the world. Bam! You are going to appear on Vanguard.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us on this evening program. I appreciate everyone that has connected. Please, as you join us, like and share the program to all platforms. Share to family and friends. We will continue to speak, we will continue to disseminate information no matter how bad it is. No matter how they try to stop us, they try to block us from preaching. No matter their propaganda, their blackmail, the attacks that is coming from right, left, and center, we will continue to preach this gospel. The only hope we have is Biafra. There is no other hope anywhere for us. There is no other hope anywhere. Our hope is only in Biafra. And that is why we must continue to pursue the restoration of independent state of Biafra. We as Biafrans, we do everything humanly possible to see that our voice is being heard. And we will continue to speak. At every given opportunity, we will speak and speak from our heart. Wherever you are watching from, do not get discouraged with what is going on today. Do not be discouraged. Continue in your own path to listen to the messages coming from the United States of Biafra under the command of the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. Dr. Ngozi Orabueze is the surrogate of the Prime Minister, and she has all the powers to take decisions and lead us until our Prime Minister, Mazi Samuel, joins us. The Biafran people have given her that power and authority through our Prime Minister. We have only one United States of Biafra government. One, there are not two. If anybody wants to form anything anywhere, they are free. If you want to do anything on your own, you are free, but you must not. You must not corrupt that which we have already known, established by Mazi Simon Ekpa. Biafra must be secured. Today we are seeing the attack in Biafra land. We are seeing an attack against our brothers and sisters in Biafra land. The Fulani Janjaweed has risen, attacking in one front, and in the other front, the terrorists in uniform are attacking. They are using different kinds of security outfit to attack people who are genuinely asking for their freedom. They have recruited many among us. Some people who are supposed to be Biafran, who this freedom is being made for, they have switched their loyalty to the Zoological Republic and their belly. There are many people who have switched their loyalty for their belly. Today, they speak for their belly, and their belly speak for them. Many of them have nothing to offer anymore, and they do not want to give way for those that have the plate to go ahead. They have decided to join the camp of the enemy, and today they are fighting that thing they are supposed to protect. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching this program from today, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Kabiam, do not be discouraged. Do not give up. Continue to do whatever you are doing. Continue to support the United States of Biafra prayerfully, morally, financially, to defend our land. The United States of Biafra government is embarking on a very strong project to defend Biafra land. The project to defend the 40 states of Biafra land, it is on. And Biafran government is doing everything possible to put those things in place. Defense forces are being set in all the 40 states of Biafra land to defend Biafra land. The strategic plan to diversify the defense of Biafra land is ongoing. The new structure of the defense of Biafra land is ongoing. What is needed now is your support. Support the United States of Biafra any way you can to make sure that the government of Biafra achieves success in defending our land. The enemies are already at the door. That is the danger of what these criminals have been doing. The criminals have succeeded in distracting the defense of Biafra land. They have succeeded in distracting and destroying the defense that have been built for a very long time. And today, they have a stand down. They can't even fight. They can't even talk or speak on behalf of Biafra. Instead, they are busy siphoning money. It is about money, 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 money. Giving themselves title, answering general without doing anything. All they are after is answering names, big names. And they think that those names they are answering will save them. Those big names will not save them. They can continue to answer big names. But I bet you are going to see what is going to happen to every single one of them as they have betrayed Biafra. The land of Biafra will not allow them to go scot-free. When it begins to happen, they will cry. And they will say somebody have set them up. They will say somebody have done this or done that. But this is what they have done to themselves. The defense they have today, the protection they have today is given to them by Chukwuokike because they were doing his work. But from the moment you withdraw from doing the work of Chukwuokike and you join the camp of the enemies, the camp of the liars, your days are numbered. Biafra is a project in the hand of Chukwuokike, and he can use anybody he chooses to fight it. He can use anybody. Chukwuokike can use anybody to fight for Biafra. We are all equal stakeholders. Every single one of us, we are all equal stakeholders in the pursuit for the restoration of Biafra. And anybody that tries to claim that he or she is more important than the other, your pride will swallow you. My fellow Biafrans, a lot of voice note is flying right, left, and center. A lot of blackmail and propaganda is flying left and center. Those who claim to be men on the ground are doing nothing. Instead, they are distracting those who are setting out the original plans. It is sad, but we have to continue. Every Biafran must be strong. This is the time to be strong. This is time to go back to your mental capacity. Be mentally strong and don't pay attention to any blackmail or propaganda. All you have to do is to continue to support the government of Biafra the best way you can. Support the government of Biafra. Any way you can support, please don't fail. Support. It is very, very important. For those who miss the program in the morning, I want you to pay close attention to this program this evening. Listen very careful in this program and you are going to learn a lot. Your eye is going to open. Your confusion is going to go away. You will understand those who are for you and those who are against you. I want you to pay attention to this very program and how it went. Let's watch. Come online. And it started from Biafrans. That is why I say you be careful what you wish for. Because Biafrans, we are praising this one so much. Everybody, general this. The general call began to enter his head today. He's claiming to be stronger than Biafra itself. He's claiming to be stronger than Biafra. He wants to put Biafra into his own pocket. Is that the kind of a country you want? We don't want to build strong men. We don't want to build strong men and women. We want to build strong nation. Strong institution, that is what we want. And in building strong institution, every hand must be on deck. Everybody must be important. Whoever is voted in to be there, you have to be there. But what did we see? Propaganda and blackmail. And all of us had a fault. Every one of us were involved in exalting this man to that level. He began to claim that he's God. He began to claim a general on the ground, that without you, nothing will happen. Even when he could not even manage, the people around him couldn't be able to manage. It is about him and him. Pride entered, and today, he has now become a social media warrior. You make voice notes and you send to people, and they began to use your voice notes to make propaganda against the government of Biafra, against the government you are supposed to protect and fight for, against the government that is supposed to provide for you. You are making a voice note with an individual who broke away from the government, You make a voice note and send to them and let them use it as a point of talk. And you think that when Biafrans hear you say that you are with them, that they will now lose their brain. You are just an individual. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter the title you give to say, you are just an individual. And whatever you think is holding you is going to disappoint you very soon. The only thing that can keep you strong is the spirit of Biafra and the truth. The only thing that can keep you strong is the spirit of Biafra and the truth. Any day truth vacates from you, you are gone. I am not just saying it. Mazin Nandekano said it. That when this journey begins, when we start defending our land and the march starts, that everybody must put Chukwu Okike first. If you lay your trust on any fetish thing, if you have found lies in you, you will not make it to Biafra. It doesn't matter how strong you think you are. No human being can stop the coming of Biafra. You can delay it in your own way. You can delay it and cause confusion through your shenanigans. But I bet you, you can never, never stop the coming. Let me tell you, when you think you are powerful, it is only because Chukwu Okike have allowed you to be so. It's just like in the Bible where somebody was claiming, I've forgotten the person in the Bible who was claiming to be the only prophet in the land. There's a story in the Bible for the Christians who are in this platform watching. You will know about the story in the Bible. Somebody who thought that he is the only prophet in the land. And he was asking God, why is it only him that was left in the land? Until Chukwu Okike opened his eyes to see that there are greater thousands of prophets around. Thousands of prophets are lined up but are not yet revealed. One man today is claiming to be overall, that without him, that the men on the ground cannot function. That without him, the men on the ground cannot survive. Up to the extent of threatening the United States of Biafra. You are threatening the Biafrans that you are supposed to protect, that employed you and made you whom you are. The Biafrans that gave you that name. The name you have today is Biafra. Without Biafra, you are nothing. You are threatening them. You think you are the only man on the ground. You don't know anything. The earlier you retrace your step, the better for you. And as we proceed in this program, I'm going to play the voice note that their so-called general sent, and they are using it for propaganda and making videos. He sent a voice note. I'm going to play the voice note. You're going to see the voice note. And what prompted this voice note was that the government of Biafra, the Deputy Secretary of Defense, contacted this very general as a fellow Biafran and as a superior officer, because the Deputy Defense Secretary is a superior officer, reached out to him to make sure he's on the line, to make sure he wouldn't say he didn't know what he's doing, to confirm where he belongs and what is in his mind, to make sure there's an information, maybe misinformation, maybe there is something he's supposed to hear that he hasn't heard. Because we know that Obato Obi is going to join us very soon. So the Deputy Secretary of Information reached out to him to know if he actually knows what he's doing or has the information he has to have. And then he responded in the manner which he did. I am going to play the voice note, and I want every one of us to pay attention. Listen carefully to this voice note. We are going to be illustrating the response, and you are going to see the response that he's given, what it means, and what it looks like. You know, for a very long time, I never want to go into that very time, but we have to, so that Biafrans will not be confused, because we know there are people who has nothing to offer. Go to their platform from day to day. They don't talk about the issue of Biafra. Today, we are losing lives in Biafra land. Biafra land is taken over today. The governors and the politicians have heeded to the advice of Gumi, the terrorist. And they recruited other fellow terrorists from all angles, from all parts of the country. And they are entering into Southeast with their informants, invading, raiding houses and taking innocent lives. But these idiots are not concerned. They are busy enjoying themselves. When you see them make videos, they make videos where they are relaxing and enjoying. And they are happy. While blood is flowing in Biafra land. And you don't want someone to speak. The government of Nigeria made a structure how things will be. Instead of these people to fall in line under the institution of the government, it is not about Dr. Ngozi Orobeze. It is not even about Mazi Simon Ekpa. Not about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is about the United States of Biafra that belongs to every single one of us. It is about our life, our collective interest. To protect our collective interest, we must do certain things. It is for our collective interest, not for one man's interest. And today, here are we. I want you to listen to this very voice message. Many of you must have heard it. Many of my comrades have used it on their program. Many of my comrades have spoken about it since yesterday. But the breakaway group have been using it as a propaganda to talk down on the government of Biafra. But as I said, all things work for our own good. Each time they throw those jabs, it comes back, it bounces back to them. And it's unfortunate that they don't learn their lesson. You fought the first one, you failed. Second one, you failed. Every single thing you throw at the government, it falls back to you. You think you are fighting Dr. Ngozi Orobeze. You are not fighting Dr. Ngozi Orobeze. You are fighting the spirit of Biafra. And the spirit of Biafra will respond when it will respond. I want you to listen to this voice you're going to hear. This is a voice note that was sent by the so acclaimed general. He said his word is final. And they call him General Butuzo. That is what they call him. For those who will say you don't know who he is, for the record purposes, they call him General Butuzo. I want you to hear his response after he was contacted by the Deputy Secretary of Information, Secretary of Defense, under the United States of Biafra, a superior officer that he's supposed to obey and listen to. He began to blab. Let's hear. I hope. Do let me know if you can hear clearly from the voice note.
Oh, no one is using. 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 From God, know how.
Let me know if you are hearing me, please. If you are hearing me, let me know if you can. If you are hearing me, you can hear me. Let me know if you are hearing me. Just type on the comment section and tell me you can hear it.
Oh, the cabinet of Ngozi Orobeze. Oh, no, tell you. Welcome, respect for Mogo. They got me here. You go for this phone. Block me, or else I will block you. If you don't block me, I will block you. Don't tell me rubbish. Ask for rubbish. Respect to Mogo. Respect to Mogo. Welcome. Let me eat the wrong one. I'm better stay alive to fight for Biafra. For me to eat the wrong, for me to eat the right one. Why nothing have come since BM have been get inside?
I want you to pay attention on what this guy. This, by the way, this is the man they are claiming that is unreachable. You know, sometimes when they talk, they tell you, oh, nobody can contact them. It is only them that are the ones reaching them. Nobody have their contacts. Nobody can talk to them. No human being is reaching out to them. Nobody can see them. Nobody can. But when we come, we don't have to come and begin to debate this on the. They brought it on the media to begin to talk. We don't have time to bring this kind of things on the media, but they did. This is the people they say they are invisible. Oh, it is only them that have their contacts. It is only them that they talk to. It is only them. They don't have. They even said that our defense minister doesn't reach out to them. They don't have any contact. Defense minister don't have contact with these people. But this is the deputy defense minister they are talking to after he has called them, talked to them, and this is the response the clown is giving. And you have just listened to what he said here.
Welcome. Let me eat the wrong one. I'm better stay alive to fight.
You see that word? That let him eat the wrong one and better stay alive. He doesn't care. He can eat the wrong one just to be alive. It is about what he will eat. It is about money. It is about what he will gain. And this is somebody they eulogize as a serious person fighting for Biafra. This is somebody they praise and call him general. He said through him everything will go. Now you understand why, even when you send things through him, it doesn't get to where it's supposed to get to. And look at the comment he's making. That let him eat the wrong one and stay alive. It is sad for a freedom fighter to say this. And it's about the money.
Welcome. Let me eat the wrong one. I'm better stay alive to fight for Biafra. For me to eat the right one. Why nothing have come since BM have been get inside. Those men who know they recruit offer. I'm them now, give them materials to fight. Makono the authority. Makono the power. The kiss you are a military. You declare that the military will take over road or do an idea. Or do an idea, no check it.
You see the plan he's making already. That when Biafra is declared, that the military will take over the leadership. That when Biafra is declared, that the military will take over. This is the kind of mentality that these idiots have already. In this short statement, first of all, he said, let him eat the wrong one. If that is what will keep him alive. That he wants to eat the wrong one and stay alive. Instead of waiting for the right one and he will never see the right one. And he went ahead boasting and talking about coup. That immediately Biafra is declared that they're going to overthrow. The military overthrow. And these are the kind of people some people eulogize and praise. Well, I don't blame some of people who have done it in the past, maybe because we don't know the mentality of the sensibility of the person you're talking about. Because everything is being done in secrecy. But finally, they brought themselves out. And when they speak, you know their mentality and what they're made of. It is sad to hear this kind of a speech coming from somebody who is supposed to be defending our land. And let us listen.
Welcome. Let me eat the wrong one. I'm better stay alive to fight for Biafra. For me to eat the right one. Why nothing have come since BM have been get inside. Those men who know they recruit offer. I'm them now, give them materials to fight. The authority. The power. The kiss you are a military. They declare that military will take over road or do an idea. Or do an idea, who check the payout, who check the payout. I don't know you and you don't know me. You might even to pass Solomon. To pass Solomon have rooted this camp. On the campus already. After all, also there are 2 delegates to come and monitor how this camp is.
You see, the person he's calling, the Solomon he's talking about is the defense minister. The Secretary of Defense today in the United States of Biafra is Solomon he's talking about. That Solomon knows very well about the camp. That he has sent delegates to watch the camp and know what is going on in the camp. And remember in the past, they will tell you that Solomon doesn't have any contact with these people on the ground. They will tell you that the defense minister doesn't have any contact with them. The defense minister doesn't know anything about them. That nobody knows anything about them except their projected imposter. Except their imposter. Who through they can siphon as much as they can. But here, look at his confession. Saying that the defense minister have seen their camp, sent delegates, 2 delegates to monitor and know what is going there. You know, sometimes when they open their mouth and vomit nonsense, they don't know. These are the same people who tell you that the defense minister doesn't have any connection, any link to them. He doesn't talk to them. He can't do anything with them. But look at him confessing. Look at him. It is just about the money. And he's claiming that money has not been sent to. This is somebody who is not loyal to the government. You are not loyal to the government of Mazi Simon. I want that government to sponsor you. Do you want to sponsor terrorists or you want to sponsor people that will be we come and overthrow the government. You want a government to come and sponsor its own overthrow. Very insensible people that we have. It is good that some of these voice messages are coming out so that when you hear them come online and post and talk, you ignore them and walk away. Ignore them and walk away. They have nothing. They have no influence. They have nothing to offer you. It is good that certain things happen. And I thank Chukwu Ogemena today. The government of Biafra is taking a new direction. Let's continue to listen.
I said what I said yesterday because of Anormo. This woman on the Kuna media. Nano Sanana, I thought to Renayam, who will like another Portunium. What can't I defend myself? What can't I defend myself? Have you people contributed any money for me? Who not contribute the level for them to? Have you people provided even every session? No, I come to your people, do not go to your bomb. Okay, don't want me to come and expose for me. Okay, come down on Nala. That can't be a Bravo. You people are the one using me. Who not can use some card as you will use them. Who not can use some can they do as this use them carelessly. Welcome respect to Congo. I don't know you and you don't know me. I just respected you because of who you are. Does not mean I'm fearing you because I stand for the truth. You people have not given me pen 1 naira session. If you don't want AK, if you want granite, if you want team of granite for AK, who never who check you? Who check it? I want to share but boy, I know even don't use me to out of me. I'm a palawa use it this propaganda and this weak man to reach Adena. I'm not going to use this kind of statement on me again. I get a book. I'm not going to use this kind of statement. I'm not going to go. I'm not going to life with God a man. Children get the world more. Get the mega smoke. The mega smoke. I'm not going to. As bad as you are now, your family are there living in our blood. Oh my God, never had good school. They are living fine. Or you want to go. How many of your child is in the Biafra land, the battle for Biafra land? Do you know how many souls? Don't try to check it. Respect for yourself. I don't want to use this kind of sentiment of me again. We check it out. But the men I go to and Babia come and do Babiana or come pick your call or don't have your message again or manipulate again. You know what I'm doing. Copy.
Now you see, his annoyance is that from what he's saying, that he has not gotten money from the government. The same government you are not loyal to. Every one of us as Biafrans know that from the very time someone ever was restricted from speaking, they changed from doing what they are doing. Even when the Deputy Prime Minister tried to reorganize everything and focus and begin to channel, they refused to be loyal to her. And they said that they are not loyal to her. And they said they will not work with her. You don't want to work with her, and you don't want to work with the government of Simon Ekpa, and you want the government to send money to you. How can that be possible? You don't want to work under the government of the United States of Biafra, and you want the government of the United States to sponsor you. Sponsor you as what? Sponsor you in disloyalty. The government of Biafra is only sponsoring those that are loyal to the government of Biafra. If you remove yourself, I have said it time and time in this very platform, that when you detach yourself from the government of the United States of Biafra, do not expect anything from them. Don't. The Deputy Secretary of Defense reached out to you. All you were supposed to do is to come back with your senses and rearrange your brain to align yourself with the structure of Simon Ekpa, the structure of the government. The government of Simon Ekpa is functioning, has never stopped, not even one day. The government of Simon Ekpa continues. The COS have been there, worked with Simon Ekpa closely hand in hand. And in the hierarchy of office, she is the next in line. It doesn't need a native doctor to tell you who is next in line. It doesn't matter. You don't need to be educated for you to know who is next in line. All it needs is common sense. But of course, common sense is not common. Let's continue to listen to him.
We know who is who. We know who is in the wrong place and in the right place. All we have believed because on the releness, the Carlo may abandon the prison. On the releness, the Carlo because all the people now the 100 them and then they play politics. Ghana Torak, Ghana Tushi, Ghana Antonio Bruce or Biafra. You people have united to one. Man, game will go the Mango Rabels and Mandos. We only know one Biafra, do not suppose to unite to one. To go and fight for Nandekalo is released. They don't realize Nandekalo. We just go to the loan. Only realize I'm on that man. Go to the loan, but to Sokanaga, turn the fire generation.
You see, when he talks, when you see the coherence in his speech, you understand that is either he is intentionally misleading himself or to say himself. When you are talking about coming together, which people broke away from the order of Master Simon Ekpa? The group you are supporting, the group you are promoting, the people you are loyal to, they are the ones that broke away from the structure of Master Simon Ekpa. We have seen several messages of Master Simon Ekpa where he said that we should keep the mandate. The new dimension mandate, which was handed over to Master Samaga. Master Samaga handed it to Dr. Muzi Harakwesa as they go on. In clear terms, be my surrogate until I come. That wasn't enough for you. You created the disunity. You joined in the disunity, and today you come to make a voice note to vindicate yourself or to make Biafrans have pity on you. It is sad. I wish that this day never came, but it has come, and we will face it.
Before recruit one man in corner, do na worst, no Habamaka, or Brono one nearly, or Brono to put them on a mondo, or broke one no na Biafra la Biafra. After all, on a regular Biafra. Yes, soon have the betrayed Biafra. All of you have the betrayed Biafra. All of you have betrayed Biafra. And that's some Kangani have betrayed Biafra. Most soon I won't marry no Buddha, him is a busy. Because I don't know what we say, Jaja, or Budala, or Mayalotaya, when a Jabba Jababusia, Nangramatina coffee and a million in a million. Ajalo Buddha in a walk, we could go down in a walk. Millions of Buddha Namon, Nuna Manoneri. Ajala Biafra, why I want not to do anything. That what we tell on a cat. Can't listen now that the man in Georgia. Oh, we tell on Arabia, I guess I bear fish warrant in any fish ever. How do you say no ma Yagazia? I got not a Panama. Don't I get Nam? I was pulling me more than this. I was pulling me more than this. Now, Kikuku can I buy my mind? I was pulling me more than this. I was pulling me more than this. Which I get the buyout. I was pulling me more than this. I'm up on my block home or more block organ now.
You can hear the speech of the General Butuzo they are talking about. You heard him. And one thing that is putting them in trouble is some of the swear and oath they are taking. You swear with the land of Biafra, you accuse people unnecessarily, you are committing a crime, and in that crime, you have lost your conscience that you cannot realize that you are committing a crime against people. You can't realize that you are committing a crime against the Biafrans. Your heart has become so darkened that you can no longer understand that what you are doing is wrong. Even when the line is very clean and plain. It is very clean and plain to understand. The structure is very clear. Even if you are an illiterate, the structure is very easy to understand. There are examples of the structures of government every part of the world. But you stand on that illegality and you are swearing on people. You stand on that illegality and you are shouting. Even when somebody reached out to you to straighten your heart, to make you understand your wrongdoing, you begin to shout. And that is how they do. You think by shouting and shouting and shouting that you become innocent. Or by crying and crying and crying, you become innocent. You will not. You will not. That does not make you innocent. Common sense teaches us and tells us what is right. And all we have to do is align ourselves with the fact and the right thing. If you don't, you are never going to be vindicated. You will only deepen yourself into trouble with the oaths and swearing you are swearing on people, it will be bouncing back on you. Sometimes people, it is easy for everyone to say, oh, Biafra is a spirit, Biafra is a spirit. You say Biafra is a spirit, and when the spiritual things are happening, some of you cannot even comprehend. Biafra is a spirit, yet you carelessly dance the dance of the spirits without paying attention. And when the dancers arise, you begin to cry. You don't know what happened. Let us continue to listen. Now you're going to hear the message of their boss, the man who is on top of the confusion and deceit, the one that is trying to confuse himself and deceive himself, the one that you don't know who he is or what his name is. A man with a questionable character cannot lead Biafra. That is number one. You must have a legal, a moral ground, first of all, before you can lead Biafra. Without morality, you cannot. You are not anywhere near qualification. I want you to hear the communication of that same man. After this very voice note, I think their commander reached to them, and now he is now talking to the Deputy Secretary of Finance, Secretary of Defense. The Deputy Secretary of Defense, now he, their leader, called the Secretary of Defense. I want you to hear his voice. I don't like mentioning their name because they don't deserve that glory in my platform. That is why I don't call their name. But when they start speaking, you will know who they are. Let us listen to what he has to say.
Right from Oge PM or through me can through 95 to 99%, or through me. Through me. Through me. And America, through Walile.
Hold on. If they look through you, things are getting to the men on the ground through you, because then you were the Minister of Finance. Then Mazi Simon thought you, being the Minister of Finance, should do the job, because it was handed over to you to do by Mazi Simon. That is why you were there doing it, and that is it is not a big deal. It is a responsibility that was given to you. Only Chukwukaba knew how you were doing it and of what interest you were pursuing.
You let me know. Protect him. For reason. I know my walk. I know my wife. I come to your channel. Your blood name is so warm. She's so warm. I'm always a victim. I'm always a helper. Ndeli muna hapa para mburuburu muna heme kola hi mwana bonye na no akojoram nwere ike me ihe obuli na emegula ngosi me but akpara mmadụ na-akpọ m ye ma onye mbụ ye why dear me Mazi Ajoke o ji umutu nchi about you na-ekwu okwu nwa Nzuzari, Mbunga, wherever. My meeting, Lulu game here to bring one down. Well, I need to bring it down one. Oh, you want I know, I would revive on my hand in a minute. Also, to Onya, also not the pillar. Abu Nonya, PM. 3 weeks before PM. Joshua Nukam Nchekwana Namuniana Chukatanta no Maryland. On meeting him for sponsorship. Joshua neighbor, okay, PM Johnny, Joshua put the next day. Or see no can here. Okay, PM Kuru, I want to Buffalo Bacon, Ebrema, when he moved Bimsia, or Gabia, where he did necessary. About my impact, Nayana name me. Muna game public is since in the naked. No, where they have a from side, they go up with second picture with big phone. Okay, for Kirahia. Yeah, don't game for Ogodo Piki. Only send the audio Kirahia who go 247. They boss here, baby, show you couldn't away from me. From the day one, picture no, a bar honor, and before no idea. I look at them tea. I saw you like a table. I know fish my PM when anything on him about why I did. All the go on, make a living to have a name, yes, will have your okay for the police. With the police report to Mamma, why it means you will see good, a follow up, not that one. Whatever. More presence in no good again. More when you consider my impact. I hope maybe Madoga liaison officer only see about mobile embassy mobile. He get considering Nena manage even. When he would go ahead, but when you able, a book Amuna Gayo, Ga by a fun, Ga Chuaja, Gani Mini, Gani Lique, Gani Ma Edium, your probably Garega, Ga Juice Onium, get to chase it. How waggy, your blood waterki, see how kick.
You see, sometimes people talk and talk out of mind. Mother need read USA. There are certain things that doesn't need a native doctor to tell us. There are certain things that doesn't need a diviner, a prophet to tell us. There are certain things that doesn't need a scientist to investigate. Common sense tells us whom you are by your attitude. The way you speak, the way you behave, the way you act, your moral stance tells us whom you are. It doesn't need, I don't need to do business with you for me to know. Even from distance, the way you respond to issues, the way you act, the way you talk, the way you react, we are in a position where you're given. The pride in you, everything tells a whole story about it. It doesn't need, no sensible person will need a native doctor, a diviner, or a pastor to reveal, or a prophet. No. Common sense. For matured men, some of us have been in this world, in this planet, more than 50 years. We didn't come yesterday. And when we look at you, we listen to you once, twice, thrice. We can be able to tell what you are made of. So you cannot woo us by shouting or by talking or by trying to eulogize yourself. No, you don't.
We action. But here, people barely let my hand lead the woman. Can you wali chuwagi?
Okay, only Kusigo, give me Kusigo. Iki ne mesu ba threat, I like them. Only Kusigo, give me. There is no, I am not denying any of my audio. I do not threaten you. I tell you what is true. Now, Yaship China, Ikusigo, have you finished?
This discussion is between the breakaway leader and our deputy secretary of defense. And you see how he has gone on talking and talking. And the deputy secretary of defense is just patient, waiting for him to land and for him to respond. But he wouldn't ever give a chance. And that is another sign. When you are discussing with people who cannot be trusted, when you are talking with people who cannot be trusted, that is one of the signs you have to do. They will never allow you to speak. They can exhaust all the time in the world. Take your own time and take their own time. At the same time, they cannot have that mentality or that mind to be able to digest information. Constructive discussion and arguments, they cannot. They can never, they will call you and shout and shout and shout on top of it. They will exhaust their time and your own time. That is how they behave. These are one of the signs for you to know people that cannot be trusted. All this while you see him shouting, and the Deputy Secretary of Defense is paying attention, begging for an opportunity to respond to him. He wants to occupy the whole space, from talking to threats, from threats to swearing, and that is how they roll. In order to confuse those they're going to confuse. But there are some people who their mental toughness is top-notch. Those of us that have that mental toughness, you don't come and shout. For me, if I were in person, I will allow you. If you want to talk to you tomorrow, I'll allow you to talk. When you are done, I will give you your cup. That is how I do. I will allow you. When you finish, I will feed you with that same cup that you love to give people too. Let's listen.
If it is my voice, it's my audio. Okay, did you call me? Are you threatening me? Let me know what you are doing now.
Your audio message is all threat.
If you see it as threat, that's your business. Listen to me, my friend.
He will not. You see, he talked and talked and talked and talked and talked. And the Deputy Secretary of Information was even begging for an opportunity to speak. He could not give an opportunity to speak. He was talking and talking and talking and talking until he cut off, and then the discussion continues.
So I tried not to.
You may hang up and call back. You are breaking up. I can't hear you.
Just hold on. The voice is still coming. The discussion is still going on. Just listen.
You can hear me now, Abi?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, yes.
Okay. Well,
this is breaking up. You may call me in a landline because this is breaking up. I cannot hear you.
Biafrans, just hang on. Hang on. He's going to call back. He's going to call back.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you, but it keeps breaking up. But go ahead. It could be stable in a minute. Hello? Oh, what kind of network is this? You can call from landline. Yes, of course, I can hear you better.
Okay. That's number one. Number two, a gym Ojoto Korabia. Number three, Omonye Megidere, Ojonatum, my onion Manana Yon, me Akaya Diocha, Oja, where Ojana Mutan. Mugodu na him na mena, mana him the baby him is really. Mazi, Ebu Dimpa. Achuram, Unya Bula Bunye, Biafra, Marana, Ochoro, Biafra had. Unya Humewe, Unya Juesi. Munagi, I hear it copy. I am maybe mosh, a macham. Juesi, Nchebe Kajogi. Munagi get me corri, Inga Marioni before big here. Munagi get Kajogi. Among history. Only a man about Juesi. Why you chase when he went with it, oh, yeah, he bought Gunu, that command. Come out through yes, and I bomb. I can't have your check. More than many your gauge. I believe from now, your glamour and the men of work. And only me only you woman. More than me we are your man. More than only came me unknowingly. We are not perfect. I made mistake. But only would it. He gave what can I send the regular? When you make get to buy save her dear. But all God for the mama exactly and the misinformation. What enemy our PMO gonna omit a lot of stuff like Solomon now. Unomana PM one Solomon almost a year now Solomon and the India on what do you on our body set.
Now he has gone to blackmail. He's now blackmailing this defense minister, Solomon. That Solomon doesn't have a contact. He doesn't talk to the men on the ground for the past 1 year. Is that saying Solomon that man you saw his voice was saying that the defense minister have sent delegates twice to them in their camp and that he knows the camp? But this man has always been blackmailing the defense minister. The defense minister doesn't know anything about the men on the ground. He doesn't have any contact with them. He doesn't talk to them. He doesn't do anything. But you had the one of that Butuzo there confessing that the defense minister have sent 2 delegates to them on 2 occasions, and he has seen the camps and know what they are doing. But in every opportunity he has, you throw on that blackmail and propaganda. Now compare it to what the very first the guy was confessing that this defense minister have sent people there, and he knows very much about what is going on there. But you will see him now, we go on and begin to blackmail, as always, begin to push lies against the defense secretary.
Social media. Solomon, one okay, PM Boliki, up there. Yes, even the father was Finland. Obuna Solomon, you with you, okay, money group. Before Baraga side the honor.
Okay, to reconvince you,
yes, because our PM we are not to Solomon on. I know no face in one day, okay, for the money on a phone before I go to Finland a week before I go. I see enjoy Solomon, see one is you willing on
blackmailer.
Can you hear PM Waraki? Apola had command over. Record one and is a T1 because I'm nearby they used to that. I don't get. You are where a girl you are Solomon. Yeah, what is so all bloom the best is you on why I work it. Rioya as one as big as Mazi, Obunona like it to ya who is you nothing but the truth. Getting here what a Mazi yogi. Getting here PM warrior. Solomon Johnny Wamsia. PMC, don't talk to CS commander. I say, all of them. And since Solomon Sonayane, all for Robert Gonya, our prime minister, had attack.
Blackmailer. Go on and you had attack now. You've not destroyed everything. But that means the video the Butuzo have been sending all this way about the work of Ogbunigwe. We have seen several videos that were released where Ogbunigwe was used, where it acted. So all those videos are fake. Is that what this man is saying? You know, when they are preaching this, they are blackmail. When you try to blackmail somebody, you end up destroying yourself and blackmailing yourself.
I am very disappointed. In my contract to lay business, you lay Solomon Obia. Or say, I get menka. When can one see? Image when I PM who mention Solomon, who goes here as some. Twice I told one time Solomon complaining on my body. I get menka, I am a man, yeah. Obia Sally. Opa Solomon, back a serious bomba. Oh, Solomon, na be out, all my men on ground. so Biafra land is true, not 40 state. Can you see where dinner? Once you know I got 4 more here, I'm working here before you roll the bar on that. Obo Berehi, they found the one here, Obo Berehi, logistic, Nagar is born. Oh, India has to be served a day. Only melody would. Now, Solomon Gabia cook or maybe when we go Biafra with the chain and I got me here with that on the unknown Peter from Bito, everything the week when the young here land on him, or the Maca wide move. And before I bought PMI, before I boy, can you guess you maybe? Can you name me? Oh, why the same people name me? Nothing changed. Change it. The same hand down. When he changed it, he changed it to our Prime Minister. None. What is your one of the guy group? 2 weeks or almost 30 minister group. A boy ain't got your way. Oh, when they are from Ali Body Honoma, Yema. Solomon, so now only deceiver of today, they are parade your way. About somebody, I want disease. Now I get a Finland 2023. Okay, what a Solomon while here. Oh, my deal, at the end of second. No Dokusiabian. Go make a young wish. Alpha young when he see Uber about a ways. About once, about twice. Nearly lost Nagi make a use on a label. You spend your golly spend it.
He's just focused on blackmailing the defense minister against the deputy. The person that he's discussing with is the deputy prime minister, deputy defense minister, deputy secretary of defense. That's the person he's discussing with. And the man he's condemning and destroying and talking all manner of evil against him is the defense minister himself. Pushing all manner of blackmail and propaganda. But at the end of the day, he doesn't know he's talking to somebody who is also a military man, who has more knowledge and more experience and understand his criminality. Let us continue to listen.
Today, women here, Prime Minister. Man onye ahụ onye Igbo mebi onye Fulani mụrụ ya hapụ nwoke ma kọmanda onye isi na-eji ala aka ha dị ọcha ha na-agba mbọ niile ha na-agba abalị ụnyaahụ ịmọdị ọgụ ha lụrụ ịmọdị ọgụ a na-alụsị ndị a ka ha na-egbu ha ka ha na-egbu ha ha na-ata ahụ ha na-alụ ọgụ ha na-agbalịsi ike ka ha nwere ike ọ na-enwetabe enough ọ bụ ya ego ole na-alakwa n'ụlọ ego ole ka a na-atụtakwa one day emewe fundraising otu onye ga-were pen gbakọwa ihe a na-atụta every Saturday mekata ya icheke ebe nwe more than 1, 2, 3,000 icheke ihe a ga-eji dị nri ego ole ga-aba ha n'ọnụ icheke ihe eji azụzi mgbọ cheke mara na ego ka na-abịa na anyị netiri mmụọ ka ha nwere ike mmekwanụ mmụọ bete ọ bụrụ ma ha na-agbalị a na-aka ha dị ọcha especially from onye na-etu ha anụrụ m ebe ọ sị ekwele ka o were gị gaa rịpọtụ gị gbaa ọfọ mee ya abụ m onye ama m ka esi eme ihe ndị a gatụbeghị m dibịa agbatụbeghị m but ebilivụrụ m na onye ọbụla aka ya dị ọcha bịa akwa aka dị ọcha na emegidere ya ma ọ na-egburu ya egbu ọ na-awụ ọkụ do m na-arịọ gị maazị mee ezigbo finding bifo imewe ihe ị na-eme mana ọ gaghị adị mma ka imewe onye ọbụla accuse onye ikwesịghị ime accuse ọ na-ewute bifo agawa Finland ọ fọrọ obe ka nwe ha tata because of pressure nwaazị nke eji nna ya ukwu mụ na ha na sọsesi a na-arụkọ nwa bụzialisi So, and emere m ihe niile m ga-eme ka ndị shọ na ha na-enweta ihe ha na-enweta. Nnọrọ na-eme nke ebe ahụ na-eme ka Finland ga-esi wee gaa. Because nke Finland, ọ bụ na Biafrans ndị nwe idea na-abụchapụ ụgwọ ebe ahụ really care, ha ga-enyekwu aka. Ama m ugboro ole tinyere emergency fundraising na-edelete ya si onye aga onye ga ewepụ ya na the gọọmenti, ewepụ ya na platform. Anọ m n'ọfịs mebere m akwa one time, bere m akwa chai lee ibu mbe bịa bụrụ at a time. And ama m ugboro ole m gbaziri ego, ana m enweta ego nwee ihe ego nkara ewere mee ihe ndị dịrị ji ya mee ya nwa ka m nwere metọpụ ihe a ga-emetọpụ nsị ma mee ihe a ma agazi Finland a na-agazi ugbu a. Ihe a niile m na-emefu ọ bụ 1 year, ọ bụ 2 years na.
By the way, this is just a lie. This is just a lie. What he had just said now is a lie because there was money in the account. He intentionally refused to pay the money for the convention ground. That was when he was being called to come and give an account. Give an account. Show the account. Let us know the amount that is being there. It is not a question of saying Biafrans donate. Account for them. Let us know if there's no money. He refused to come. The deputy prime minister called several meetings. He refused to come. Until the deputy prime minister passed through someone else that has access to the bank, to the account, and the person came and revealed that there is money in the account, about $60,000 in the account. $60,000 in the account, and you refuse to make the payment for the convention ground. And look at him repeating that lie here. When you see him talking, you can take all the days and talk, and you think they are true. There are no truths in what he's saying. And he forgot that he's talking to somebody who is part of the government today. He forgot that he's talking to the Deputy Secretary of Information, Deputy Secretary of Defense. It is sad, but we have to listen and go. Let's continue.
For the channel, you let Bolila neighbor. I'm one woman in a committee. I know, and I want this. I promise him certificate. And then I put him even the prime minister. More suggested here. Prime Minister may I endorse. Say yes. But I got to feel like the man one get pretty here. The printer here, I nemechi, now the banquet, they be 10. The printer here, we be nice something good. And then what I have peace here. Obi Joma nke Ohio tụkwara asị enweta certificate. Ijoma nwetara nke ya. Ọ kpọrọ aha mapis asị mat nke nji wee lọtara were almost 77. Ndị mmadụ alasịchara. Astraitere m ka m hụ na eprintiri ya atemewe mistake na name ndị mmadụ. Ma Josh nke Maryland o nwetakwuru nke ya. Ndị a niile tụchakwara asị na promissory certificate. Asị niile atụgidere m. O nwere ihe ndị eji m onye ọbụla ọfọ n'ogu ka anyị na-agaji ka anyị na-aga. Ahụrụ m ebe e gwara ya bịa m bịa na-akiri asị bịa m bịa ọ nọ with him dị na ọ ga-eme ndị abandon. He don't play with them. He don't. Ọ jụrụ ese ha ọ maka ha si eme ọ maka ha si aga ya na ndị ha na ya kwukwara kwuru. He don't play with them. O ji egwu and ọma even ebe ahụ ọ nọ ọ maka ha si eme ọ ma na ihe ga-adị tough. O nwee ihe ndị onye ama ọ dị mma ka onye ahụ jụọ ajụjụ. M sị ka hapụ isendịrị gị audio ka m kpọọ gị maazị.
I'm listening, and I'll be very happy. Shaggy Wendy, you wrote them for bank now. So that I can.
Oh, you're going to keep you. Okay, they are winning. We're going to go to more.
But I can't get the ocha. They got gay bobla, Kowakubobla, in a Gajara Bogoda Haginata, Asiana, Anabam, Iwanatan. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay.
When we got on social media, get some things, here's something.
Okay. Okay.
I like.
Okay. One hold on.
Mhm.
Okay. First time ever. Now let me come in here. I want you to pay attention. Listen. Okay. Once you are talking to me, you have to know that they have about military. And I'm my dear. Military when you serve sometimes. No matter how tough you are, sometimes you have to give way, for others to try. I saw money all on Apple now. But I'm not like the idea it represents before me. Now without any particular person, Biafra cannot go on.
That is rubbish.
That's that by the way. But let me clear something before you now. But we have about allegation. I don't know which one is true and which one is not. But from public utterances, you can infer that certain allegations may be true because of somebody's reaction. Hold on. From public utterances, somebody might infer or conclude that some allegations might be true until otherwise proven. Okay, there were a lot of allegations against you.
So,
Hold on.
Oh, you're not gonna allow you talk.
At least you call up, you are a human being, and you are a human being. You come out and clear yourself and take questions.
That reflect back to the PM, and that they use and that
PM, once you accuse PM, he will come and speak.
My brother, hold on now. All come on, hold on. Nkuchagi may address. Hold on. Nkuchagi may address.
You go run. You don't agree to talk.
Hold on. Whenever allegations are levied against you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 allegations, and you keep quiet. On your blanket in a label.
Okay.
I agree. Even in America here, when you keep silent over certain allegations, public will presume that these allegations are true until you come out and give your position.
Yes.
That's number one. Number two, okay, if I had any reason whatsoever, I mentioned a convention in Finland. Kina Sonia Barawa na Bamba, but only eliminated the Ghana social media. Everything I'm in Finland, the whole Biafra
destroyer
nonsense or war and all.
Okay, no, actually, I'm covering majority point for you so that I get before I gather that social media. Why only there are cancel fundraising? Only when you right here.
Look at the phone.
Okay, now let me answer that.
That fundraising
okay, let me ask. I will tell you why.
Wait now, make it answer you.
I will tell you why. I will tell you why. Go on, social media. Who gave you the right?
Yes.
Onye nyere them the right as finance minister.
Yes.
Onye nyere right.
Okay, as finance minister. Onye na-akpọ for town hall meeting na-aga. The onye secretary.
No, onye secretary. Everything fundraising emanated from the prime minister. Hold on.
You're not gonna allow you to talk.
Okay, I'm not anything. Okay, I don't do anything.
As a finance minister, the whole fundraising money the whole town hall meeting, initiate.
It is not you that initiated it. Shut up.
And here now,
For the record, this man did not initiate anything. He initiated anything. The town hall was initiated by the Secretary of Information today. The person we have today at the Secretary of Information, she is the one that initiated it. Then, through the US group where she belonged, she initiated it. Stop spilling lies that doesn't make sense. Okay,
I gave you time.
You don't go allow you talk.
You said your own. Let me come in. You are not allowing me to say anything. I'm just telling you.
You don't tell them true now. You don't go allow you talk again.
Yes. It's a legitimate question. The question okay. I want to answer the question. I want to answer the question.
Okay. You don't allow you answer.
To Biafran people.
Which Biafran people?
I'm one of them. I'm one of Biafran people.
Biafran people,
everything you do, right. Game to okay, game to come back. Listen. I'm so cool. But I got it. You are not giving me space to talk.
You don't give you space to talk.
You asked me a question and I'm trying to answer your question and you are not allowing me to answer the question. Jesus Christ. Are you raising money for yourself? Okay. Are you raising the money for yourself? Are you raising money for...
You see the kind of speech he's making. Cancel ya fundraising. The fundraising, is it for yourself? Are you raising the money for yourself? And this man forgets that he is a junior officer to the COS. You are a junior staff to the COS. Whatever decision that had to be taken in the absence of Martin Simon Ekpa has to come from the COS. The COS has the right to postpone the fundraising. She did not cancel. She postponed it. She postponed it to the next week. And she has all the rights because the right has been given to her by the Biafran people through Mazi Simon Ekpa as the surrogate. Why is it so difficult for this man to understand simple ABC? And look at him. He doesn't even allow the Deputy Defense Secretary to speak. Making noise, shouting, and after he run away. Let us continue to listen to him.
For yourself? This fundraising is for who? Fundraising is for who? From who? Onyege will take the money. Onyege will take the money. I'm asking you questions. You are not asking.
No, you think that small biki where you go to see, man? I'll be a threat. I'll be a threat. Threat.
Okay. I'm not lying against you. Come shall lie against you now. I want you to calm down. Let me ask you questions.
You don't agree.
You are running away from questions. Okay, you are running away from questions. If you're not
You don't run. We don't run. It is a go fit argue. It go fit defeat the Deputy Secretary of Defense. And let us now listen to the message of the Secretary. Since he ran away, he didn't want to listen to the Secretary of Defense, but Secretary of Defense has to now give him a voice message. Since he ran away, because he cannot just come and talk and disappear. So I want us to listen to the response of the Deputy Secretary of Defense.
Hello, General Batuzo. Well.
No, this one is a message to General Batuzo from the Defense Deputy Secretary.
voice I recorder today. Gisendru le ndotugu. They believe in their system. It's good. Only all like a one position or take na Biafra struggle.
Absolutely.
Don't need to know the bad. Na that position he take. According to you, they have been sending money to you guys. According to you, but they're going to send the no way going to Biafra. Because it's so na organ carry. They send through ego. But I wonder why Hane just send through ego and when he made that area. I got Hane send all for the now. The money that they are sending is coming from Biafrans. And the reason for the contribution is for the work. But the work is not happening. Nothing is happening there. I don't understand. Look, my friend, I called you. No problem. I think this week was the first time you heard from me and the opportunity to talk with you. I don't usually do this. I'm reason because I've been following you for years now. So let me talk with you first. But I'm not like, according to you, instigate general Butuzo. That word general, I mean. General like a yes, no. You can put something more big, believe no again. So maybe believe no go ban who in a Pumakangozi now. So maybe PM, but don't say that you are confused because right now you are not confused. Because I would like to hit them nearly truth about it. I guess here was it because of ego. How come she got us here now? Which means no, I forget all the reason on the volunteers no got fight this fight. We all volunteered. I volunteered as well. That's why I spend my money because I'm older than you. And I am not there. But on the mother gave a take now on and plus all these diplomatic moves. Oh, Mother Nemia. On a jubilee guy on Nemia Kachamba. Honey, them back. So I'm surprised. Now, after talking with you, Mua, you don't know me. You don't know me. After talking with you, you still send that kind of voice. It's a mega program. You are mocking the movement. Or is it because Simon was more problem? He tackle like this. You know what Oga is doing, but you are enjoying the money that he's sending to you. Let me tell you something. Since Oga when the Biafra and I contributed that money, you have to know now also this struggle. Biafra were 40 states. We have to make sure that the 40 states are equipped. So, other states. Are you selfish?
He's selfish,
Come
not
on, my brother.
He is.
Are you that selfish? See, Charles, he might and other places, and when I Biafra. So, once I go to Hala, Butuzo, problem is solved. But in Kogan and you, I hope one problem on us solve on a basis non. Anyways, Oma Sopu, what we are brothers and we will continue to be brothers. I'm not working now, Chequahin a meche, raise it, irrego as a gog, in a me, or the right thing. In a me now, General Butuzo, in a me now, or the right thing. You know that what we are doing is wrong. Our people are dying. Instead of you to face Biafra first, and ego. Ego is good. How can the mother not send the room? Or not, she lad. On the mother not there. We are a boil. When you are on the mother contribute ego. So in a way, you are trying to hold us to ransom. Now force I to work with God. I'm sure now we cannot work with a corrupt person. Okay, he's corrupt. We cannot do that. Biafra is now a country, though being occupied, but it's been declared. We have to do what we have to do. I get now. This early stage may establish system that will Biafra. We would not succumb to that threat on the Jabia, or how to do it. There's no problem. We will find other people to do it. With hope we can rapport. Give Polonia, give Polonia, also we never for one night. It's not good now. Maybe Managano again. Stay there. But when you never do their own, if we join the corner, if we're going to Biafra, I them happy na Biafrans, man. No, not there, man. I'm going to GM. So, Casey, the moral standing, you know, the one as and goes in where they go and you go. Well, look, and then they go. Never couldn't get bread and where you could never do. I'm not going to new nego. At least I'm not going to nego and Elon and not under Biafra. Since so Jesus in your none on any because someone does on any. So this logically Kono may you so you know stand down, don't do anything, let our people be killed in order to force us to come back. No. Only Chicago no when you feel on again okay. Get fight to Biafra. Go ahead. But be careful. Odrekwama the wrong one.
Well, you go wrong one.
Don't eat the wrong one.
Where you go?
Be careful for yourself. Don't eat the wrong one. You know it. You know it. Can you just send that kind of voice and cause division in Biafra land? Why? So, Simon Patana, only gave you to be a mistake. It's no mistake. I want you to know that Biafra is not your own alone. The same thing in them, when you also get me. So, I have tried to be your friend. Never go like this, no problem. On no game, when ball on no game, on board on the no game. I will know, and we will know in defense. You see, thank you very much. Oh, I am disappointed.
So that was the response of that was the speech of the Deputy Secretary of Defense to the man who called himself Botuzo. And the message is clear that he has chosen where he is and all that. You're welcome, my beloved brother Maxwell. You're welcome, Greg. Thank you for joining. Today I just have to do something different from what I've been doing for the very first time. I decided not to talk about these people, and the more they continue to cause damages and what is happening in Biafra land, it becomes necessary that we must have to speak about the issue. That is why I'm playing all these voice messages. So thank you so much for joining us on this very program. I just want you to get this very important information while we will continue the program tomorrow because of some other programs that we have today. You have heard clearly what is happening. You have heard clearly the propagandas and blackmail. You can see clearly that things are not the way it looks. You must continue to pay attention to the face of Biafra where we are today. You must continue to look into the Biafra that we have today. We must continue to support the restoration of Biafra. Wherever the enemies are coming from, wherever the blackmail is coming from, wherever the propaganda is coming from, they can attack us in any way, in any manner they like, but we will never stop. It is easy for you to know the truth, and the truth will always set us free. The truth will definitely set us free. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter their propaganda, their blackmail. Wherever they bring it from, it is going to come against them. Continue to support the restoration of Biafra. Continue to support the United States of Biafra. The more you do that, the more victorious we are. Nothing will stop us from having our freedom. We are almost close to home. And I bet you by the special grace of Chukwuka Abiamon, we shall overcome. Thank you so much for being part of this program. Thank you for joining us. We will continue tomorrow from where we stop. Thank you and stay blessed.
Only Biafrans now, only Biafra. Oh, Biafra. Simon and Bagan, the one they know I'm going to Biafra. I got Oh,